this is Smoothie. That's right. And Smoothie played Rainbow Six Siege for 7 years, but couldn't hit Diamond. It was terrible, even worse than when Uncle Jared groped my pants. But last season, Smoothie made new settings, and in turn, he solo queued to Diamond for the first time. However, Smoothie also has a dark secret. Smoothie, you want to tell him your, secret? Well, you see, Smoothie is actually me. So I'm going to schlop into a rank game, show you my settings, and most importantly, explain to you why these specific settings work perfectly. Wait, hold on a second. Boom! Oh my goodness. And would you look at this, we're in a rank game. All right, so there's a lot of pressure on this rank game, right? Because not only do I have to make a YouTube video and show you my settings, which I'm about to do right now, by the way, but I also have to play very well. Because if I don't play very well, you guys are gonna think my settings suck. Probably unsubscribe, and how has this guy not killed me yet? Anyway, on to the settings. So controls, I think. Okay, good. So we've got 30 vertical, 50 horizontal, and then for the dead zones, my left dead zone is 9, my right is 5. I would say these should just adapt to your controller. You don't necessarily have to copy mine. I would say keep them as low as possible. 5.5 is the ideal, but odds are your controller probably has some stick drift, and if it has stick drift, at least mine does, then you may have to raise them a little bit, but I would try to keep your right dead zone on 5 if you can. So keep your dead zones as low as possible, and then controller rotation is classic because we are classy. I'm sorry. So we got 19, 31, some 32s. Honestly, I'm not gonna read these. You can pause the video here if you want, because I know there's somebody out there who does not want to hear me read all those numbers. And for you, I got you. But actually, in the very first season that I switched to these settings, I was able to solo queue to Diamond after 7 years of failing over and over and over again. I can almost guarantee you they work. Watch, I'll clutch this 1v4 right now. Never mind. So with my old sensitivity, which was much higher than this one, I believe my horizontal was 80, my vertical was 35, and my ADS was about 32. But with that higher sensitivity, I found that there was one primary issue that I would always run into. And I see a ton of other people talking about this. I'm sure that many of you out there are actually struggling with this very same problem. And that problem, ladies and gentlemen, is consistency. It's probably one of the hardest things to master in this entire game, is being consistent. But luckily for you, I have the solution. And what just happened? So the way I was able to solve this consistency problem is that I actually lowered my settings. I know, surprising. Oh, I just went through the lamppost. Because one thing that a lot of people don't seem to realize is that the lower your settings are, the more consistent your aim is going to be. You'll hear a ton of people saying that, oh, your settings are just preference, you know, it's all up to you. If you want to use high settings, then, you know, go for it. It's all up to you. Look at that kill. Look at these settings in action. It's incredible. You heard it here first, settings are not preference. It doesn't even make sense. From my experience, about 99% of people out there want to use really high settings, especially plats and golds out there. They all want to use like 100, and then they get into ranked, and they're just missing every single shot. It's an embarrassment to mankind. Your settings are not preference. They are God-given. They're actually God-given to you at birth. The settings that you will be best at using are kind of like the sport that you're going to be the best at playing. So unlike you out there watching, not everybody's blessed with the body of a Greek god stallion. Some people are just nerds and can't do anything. Oh my goodness. Can we stay alive for like 5 minutes here? I mean, I can't. What am I supposed to do right now? Tell me. Somebody tell me what I was supposed to do in that situation. Wow, such talented gameplay. Great job, brother. And oh my goodness, look at that. We're back in another ranking. And I really hope this other team sweats a little harder this time. Goodness gracious. Anyways, my whole point was that you don't choose what sport you're good at. That's God's job. And it's in the same way that you don't choose what settings you're good at using. That's God's job. Hold up, my audio just completely cut out for no reason at all. I don't know why. If I could afford like a good setup, this would be amazing. So what I'm trying to say is that you're not supposed to use the settings that you want to use or that make you happy to use. A lot of people out there will try and pretend to be Bolo and they'll use super high settings and they'll just not be able to control it at all. It's just embarrassing to watch. But instead, what you gotta do is find out what your desired settings are and then adjust accordingly. So a lot of times this will mean starting with a high sensitivity and then slowly lowering down until you find your prime area. You don't want to use settings that feel too slow and you feel like a failure when you're playing. But you also don't want to just absolutely whiff every single shot you take. You want to find that Goldilocks zone, that line that just makes you inside. You know what I'm saying? I mean, frankly, that was just a weird way to put it, but I'm correct when I say that. You want to find the settings that you're good at using, not the settings that you're bad at using and make you happy. Let me teach you a lesson real quick. Life is not about happiness. Life is about success. See, a great example of failures would be this other team because they keep going bar when it's clearly not working. Bar is arguably the worst site on this entire map. So overall, this is what you gotta do. First, try my settings because they're amazing. They helped me hit diamond for the first time in 7 years, which is holy sweat. In 1 season, by the way. I can't get over that. As you can tell, I'm a little proud of myself. Some might even say a little too proud of myself for hitting diamond for the first time. But then again, just remember, it took me 7 years. So if you ever think I'm being cocky, I'm not. I'm just super happy. Ever since I hit diamond on that account, I'm just scared to play on it now for some reason. I feel like I'm not worthy of the account's presence. Oh, hold up. It's a 1v4. That's one. Okay, that's pathetic. Okay, that's another one. Oh my. No way. What was he looking at? That's holy sweat. How did I do that? Look at that precision.